Yeah, so we can sell products that are being sold by multiple other sellers, right? So yeah, like that's the thing. You can obviously sell products that are being sold by other sellers, but you just have to really think about what Etsy wants as a platform. They want a unique and interesting platform, a platform that isn't eBay, a platform that isn't Amazon. So if you're selling unique and interesting products, maybe you are selling a product that's similar or exactly the same as someone else. A lot of people do that. But like, you've just got to think about the images and going for like a slightly different market or something like this, you know? But like this product right here, like this little birth flower necklace, bro, there's so many people selling this bullshit on Etsy. So many, right? Obviously there's a few stores that absolutely kill it with it, but like there's so many people selling it. So it's more about thinking of like, how can your product be unique and stand out compared to all of the competition? And also listing those unique and different products that you haven't necessarily come across on the Etsy platform. Like you can sell the same stuff and do better than someone else. Like, yeah, it's not the end of the world if you do something like that. Make sense? How is Etsy Kings going? Are you guys getting around the extended payouts? There's not a possible way to get around extended payouts without, I mean, there is, but like not quickly or easily, basically. But you don't need to get around extended payouts unless you're doing no ship drop shipping or unless you're scamming people. There's not really a point, you know? That's the thing with payouts. Like a lot of people focus on like payouts. It's literally just because you're doing fucking no ship drop shipping. But yeah, like it's not possible to do that in like an easy or quick way for a beginner. Like yes, it is it's possible to do it so like you don't have a payout when you're scaling. But like if you're still a brand new store and you want to get like if you want to set up a store today that has 1 day payouts in like a week, like it's not possible. Like it's just physically not possible. Yeah, like it's not possible. Like obviously you can set it up so you have, like if you want to scale in, let's say a couple whenever, later down the road, you can do that, but it doesn't really make sense to do it like that unless you're doing no ship drop shipping. Because the thing is with payouts, like there's no issue with your money being held for a short period of time so long as you're actually shipping the product and so long as you don't get banned. But even if you do get banned, like you're fine. Like unless you've done something sus, like you don't run into any issues with that kind of thing. Does my store have to be completely niched or can I sell products from multiple niches from my one store within reason? So within reason, you can kind of do this. But again, we'll look at like minimalist jewelry. Some of these huge stores in here, they aren't selling stuff that isn't minimalist jewelry. You know what I'm saying, right? They pretty much stick within kind of one niche. This is actually a very good example of a store. Okay, so they have branched out. I wouldn't really class this as a minimalist kind of jewelry item. You know, this is more blingy. This is more in your face. Whereas something like this is it's much more minimalist. You know, this is much more minimalist. Even then, it's a little bit blingy. But you can see here that they're selling different types of stuff, slightly different styles. So like, yeah, you can sell a locket keychain and you can sell a birth flower necklace. But would I go and sell something completely out of this niche? No, like you don't want a jewelry store that's also selling furniture. You don't want a furniture store that's also selling fucking clothing and hoodies, you know? Is Etsy drop shipping easier these days because of payouts keeping people away? Bro, like, competition on Etsy has always been fucking easy as shit. Like, the competition on Etsy has never been a problem. Like, in any way, shape, or form. Like, competition on Etsy has always been easy as fuck. So I don't think that's not why it's easier. For me personally, and for like the people that I know, and the people inside Etsy Kings, and my team members and stuff, and the people that I just know, Etsy's a lot easier than it used to be. Compared to like 2023, we didn't have the right setup. Really, for the most part. So basically, it was kind of a position of like, okay, we're scaling stores, we're doing well, but it's like, okay, it's just difficult because the setup is not very good. Whereas now, 2024, 2025, right now, the setup is fucking on point for me personally and for the team. So it's fucking easy as shit. But as a beginner, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I think my videos are a very good place to start if you have no money. But obviously, Etsy Kings is the best place to fucking go if you do have a bit of budget. But yeah, Etsy dropshipping is definitely a lot easier than 2023. Because someone commented on my guide like, oh, Etsy's dying. I'm like, you're a fucking spanner if you think that. Like genuinely, it's super smooth. Like it's so, like touch fucking, yeah, like it's a lot easier right now. It's still by far, like, the funny thing is as well, I was chatting to someone that was originally killed it with Etsy dropshipping 3 years ago. Probably like, yeah, 2.5 years ago now. And he kind of did Etsy dropshipping for like a year. He's still doing it on the side because it's easy cash flow. And he's made so much money with doing Shopify dropshipping. But even him, and he's done now multiple 6 figures, potentially even 7 figures, I think, with Shopify dropshipping. He was like, Etsy's still by far the fucking easiest for a total beginner. Do new Etsy stores last long? Yes. Yes, 100%. Right now, if you have the correct setup, Etsy stores last forever. You know, like if you have the correct setup, you're in a good position. You're in a beautiful, sexy little position, and you're great. But if you have the wrong setup, obviously they don't last that long. But it's all about the setup, right? Like it's the same thing for everything. You know, if you don't have a good foundation to your business, you know, if you don't have a good foundation to your house, it's dead. You know, like it doesn't matter. Do you and Etsy King still mostly source from China? China is by far the best place to source from. Just flat out a statement. China is the best place to source from. The common misconceptions about China is that it's low quality, which is just racist, frankly, because every single fucking like iPhone and all this kind of electrical stuff, like it is built in China for the most part. And like China has incredibly good quality things. Obviously there's a lot of shit, but if you're selling stuff that's like $2 and you're buying stuff for like $1, obviously it's gonna be shit. And then a lot of people think that Chinese shipping times are really bad, but they just aren't. It's just not true. You know, like, especially even on AliExpress, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using AliExpress longer term, but it's a good example of what is possible in China, right? Like we're on AliExpress here, we'll click on, I don't know, earbuds, for example. You can see over here on the right-hand side, you know, it's the 28th of January right now, February the 5th, 6-day delivery, you know? This is just on a random item on AliExpress. So like, one thing that there's been a big trend over the past 2 years is shipping times have become incredibly good from China just because they've invested so much money into logistics and they know it's such an important part of just ordering stuff from China. So yeah, I even see a lot of EU brands that make their products in China that would normally ship from the EU are now shipping from China directly. A very good example of this is, so this is going to be something most of you guys know. So if you know this brand right here, Icon Amsterdam, I believe these guys now actually ship a lot of their products directly from China. So they're not doing drop shipping, they make the products, right? But they make them in China and then they just ship them out from China because it makes a lot more sense financially, right? So China is incredibly good, incredibly good. But yeah, we also do have members, and me personally, we do buy bulk, we do ship from the UK as well. But 95% shipping from China because it's just the best, it's unmatched. Are you focusing more on Etsy than Shopify? So for the past month, January in particular, I've been really focusing on Shopify, just to get everything kind of up and running, get everything ready and raring to go for 2025. So really this whole month I've been focusing on Shopify. I just also bought a brand as well, or bought out my partner on a brand. So I've been putting more effort into that and kind of focusing on that. And then longer, probably like February, not probably February. I put it down in my calendar, February 1st, focusing way more on Etsy, getting a lot more stores up. Again, kind of February is gonna be the month where we're building really like Q4 stores, getting ready, getting ready for Q4, we're gonna make loads of money between them, but kind of getting ready for Q4 in a way. And just kind of building up the stores and building up a lot of like kind of newer stores as well, fixing a lot of issues with the current stores, trying to just improve everything. Because that's what I've been doing this month, just fixing all the issues with Shopify and getting everything ready. Lots of new products, getting the Easter stuff, getting the Christmas stuff ready. We're getting Christmas stuff ready now for Christmas. And we're gonna be doing that in February for Etsy. One thing I do want to do on this YouTube channel is I want to do a like 0 to 100K case study for an Etsy dropshipping store. So I've got that planned to do like Feb 1st. Like February 1st, I want to then just do that and like film maybe every week or something like this, and do a whole thing, you know? How much can a person make on Etsy to feel a successful seller? I mean, top 1%. Like top 100 Etsy stores, I can't remember what the number is, but let me have a little look. Can I go jewelry niche? Do what you fucking want, mate. Of course you can go jewelry niche. Would I recommend it as the best niche? No, but yeah. So this is by orders actually, so it's not really the most accurate thing in the entire world. It's by orders, yes, it's a bit fucking shit. See, this is not accurate, but this is like the better stores on the platform. So monthly revenue, the biggest store on Etsy does $600,000 revenue. So the biggest store on Etsy right now, according to Allura, does $600,000 revenue every single month. And that will be the last month, so January, so which is not particularly a good month. So what does like the 100th store do? This is not exactly the 100th store, but let's just like scroll down and have a little look. I don't know, that's what like the 50th store does, like 100K a month. I don't know, like if you do like above 50K, above 100K, like you're in a good fucking thing. Would we say about 10% profit? Nah, gee. Bro, the top store on Etsy by revenue does not do 10% profit, bro. That's 10% profit is fucking shit. I'll show you. I'll give you a very good guess. So this is the top store by monthly revenue on Etsy right now. So they do $579,000 in revenue every single month. And that's the month of January. So Q4, they probably did loads more than that, right? So we can see, let's have a little look at their store right here. So 318,000 sales, and we can see that they're a crystal selling store. So let's have a quick look at their top sellers. So this is one of their top sellers right here, and it's like an opal, raw opal stone, and we can see it's about $8. Most people, let's say it's about $20 average order value. Right, these guys are printing, I would say 40% profit, right? So they'll be making, what is 40%? $200,000 profit a month, I would say. Like $200,000 profit a month. Like $200,000 profit a month is not like out of the fucking norm for an e-com store. Like it's not insane by any means necessary, to be honest. I'm a beginner. Can you explain to me like I'm dumb? Incognition plus Oxylabs setup works, question mark, ads power necessary. Ads power is a competitor to Incognition. In my opinion, Incognition's kind of shit. I prefer ads power or like go login. But they all do a very similar job. No, not even a very similar job. They all do basically exactly the same job. But I like fucking ads power. Do with what that information you will. And then you need a proxy. Bro, like, I mean, you don't need this for your first store, bro. But if you want to set up loads of stores and multiple stores, then yeah, you need this. But bro, just start with one. Like, if you're scared by proxies, if you're scared by something in the setup process, just start with one fucking store. Like, don't deep it too much. And then once you got one store, then set up multiple once you understand it a bit more. But like, if you got 0 fucking orders, like, don't set up another store. Like, if you're a total beginner, don't do that. Do Etsy Kings focus more on treating Etsy as a cash source, or do they build large, longer-term stores? Both. It depends what your own personal goals are. It depends what you want from it. Because like Etsy Kings is more of a focused program. Like each individual student is treated individually, if that makes sense. Like there's one-on-one calls and stuff like this. So it's like, it's more specific in nature to the person, what they want to achieve from it and what they want to get out of it. Like, what is your longer term goal? I would always say as a beginner, it's better to just focus on making money now rather than trying to have this great grand vision of having a store that does 10 billion a year kind of thing. And everything always changes, so you have to remain liquid to a sense. But I would always say that, yeah, we treat each person individually, really. Which niche is you recommend? Tell me. So what I say to every single person when they ask me which niche do I recommend, I tell them to go look on Etsy.com, right? Look at what they're promoting up the top right here. So home and style refresh savings, home favorites, fashion finds, registry gift cards. Okay, so in the UK, in the Western world, we read left to right, top left to bottom right. So home and style refresh savings. So, okay, let's have a little look at all of these sections right here and let's just go. I mean, bathroom lighting is always a good one. Custom shelves under $50. That's a great niche right there. Cozy throws under, like, just go ip, dip, do, a dog did a, fucking just randomize it and just choose one of these niches. Like, it's not that deep. Just choose one, done, you know? Just go bathroom lighting. It's a great fucking niche. To me, it's not a great beginner niche, I would say that actually. But custom shelves, it's good. Very, very good. Again, sexy niche. Maybe not perfect for beginner. Actually, no, because it's not personalized shelves. It's just shelves. This is a great niche. Great niche right here. If you can find a supply for that, absolutely killer niche. But okay, let's say bathroom lighting is not the best for a beginner. Custom shelves, a little more complicated. Cozy throws under $75. Choose that, do that, easy as, and you just win. Like, it's not that complicated. You know, like, Do you want a quick way to find some in China? All you need to do is all filters on the top left, shop location, China, select China, show results, and then all of these are available in China. Just steal them, undercut, easy as, done, you've won. He said a 10% tariff. He said a 10% Trump threatens, keyword, threatens. He ain't said shit yet because he's a pussy, right? Because he knows how much this will fuck up the entire world. So he's threatened a 10% tariff. I mean, if I was a gambling man, I would maybe think that, okay, he was saying all of this stuff to just get a better deal or to implement something in a different way. It's a bargaining chip. Okay, I'm going to put 10% on, but I want you guys to give me this. Because 10% is a big thing. But also remember, it's 10% on the cost of goods. If you are selling something, right? An example would be this throw right here. Let's choose the $40 one. $40. You are going to be buying this for $10, right? So you're selling it for 40, but you're buying it for $10. 10% tariff on this, that would make it $11. So you've just lost $1 of your profit, but you don't really give a fuck because what you would do is you'd either increase your prices by $1 or you would just take the $1 hit to your profit. Or somewhere in the middle, right? Where you would increase your prices 50p and then take a 50p hit on your profit. So like, really, it does not matter in any way, shape or form. Like, it doesn't matter. Craig, what are your thoughts as experiences on how AI image editing versus video gen is going to change the future of e-com? AI image editing and video generation has already changed the future. Like, it changed the current of e-com, and it has for the past year, 2 years, really. Basically, it kind of means, it doesn't really change e-com in any way, to be honest. Actually, no, it does. I suppose it makes it easier to make content. So then the barrier to entry for beginners to come in and have great content is getting lower and lower and lower. So it's a lot easier to produce great photos and great video content. I would also say that videographers and photographers are fucked to some regard. And they essentially, they're going to become kind of obsolete pretty soon for the most part, for most of them anyways. If not, most of them are kind of already obsolete. I know some that have actually lost their jobs because of it. So, I don't know, I think it makes it better for beginners. Yeah, I think it makes it better for beginners. But realistically, because everyone has access to the same tools, in like a couple of years' time, everyone's going to know how to use it. So like, it's not really going to do a drastic difference. And to be honest, I don't think it drastically changes anything anyways. Maybe when AI understands like a lot of nuance and stuff about like what makes the best creative and like these kind of things that can do video really well, then it'll change a lot of different things because you can just make so many creatives en masse. But I don't think right now, like, yeah, maybe in the future, like it'll just make the barrier to entry for like beginners easier to make great content. But then everyone will have access to it, so then it won't really make the barrier to entry much easier. But yeah, I don't think it will change drastically anything. I mean, it will, but it won't really. There's no benefit to it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, yeah, it's like everyone has a car, so like car's not really like a special piece of technology. Whereas if you had a horse and then like one guy has a car, that guy is sick. He can go way faster. He's way better. But then everyone gets cars, and then cars are just the standard and just the norm, you know? And the same thing happened when everyone got horses, you know? Like, if you had a fucking horse, you're a big G, you're sick, and you can go way further. You can do more trade with different people. But then everyone got horses, and then you're kind of chill, you know? It levels out, it flattens out, you know? It's the same way with everything, with technology as we adapt to it and stuff.